In 2025, the landscape of UK immigration policy is undergoing one of its most significant shakeups in recent memory. A newly released government white paper titled Restoring Control Over the Immigration System outlines sweeping reforms that could redefine the pathway to permanent residency for thousands. Among the most headline-grabbing proposals is a plan to double the required residency period for indefinite leave to remain, or ILR, from 5 years to 10. This change would apply to a wide range of visa holders, including those on skilled worker routes. The reaction has been swift and intense. Critics argue that the proposal could drive up costs, create longer periods of family separation, and place further strain on employers already navigating recruitment challenges. For current visa holders, the uncertainty surrounding these changes is a major cause for concern. The government has confirmed that a formal consultation process will begin later this year, delaying any immediate implementation. Today, we take a closer look at the public and political backlash, examine the implications for families and the UK labor market, and confront a crucial question: are we witnessing the end of the immigration framework as we know it? But first, if you're following our updates, don't forget to subscribe and activate the notification bell for more in-depth reporting. Let's begin. On May 12, 2025, the UK government published its reform blueprint, triggering immediate controversy. The most contentious element proposes extending the ILR qualifying period from 5 to 10 years for most visa categories. Officials defend the move as a step toward a more controlled and merit-based immigration system, emphasizing the need for settlement to be earned over time. However, the plan remains in draft form. According to the white paper, public consultation will be conducted later this year, leaving the door open for revisions. While some minor updates to the immigration rules could come sooner, the ILR extension is expected to be debated further. Before any concrete steps are taken, the backlash has been substantial. Within just an hour, over 3,400 individuals signed a parliament petition titled "Keep the 5-Year ILR Pathway for Skilled Workers" across other platforms, including change.org. The number of signatures opposing the proposal has surpassed 44,000 across 11 petitions, an unmistakable indication of widespread unease. Lawmakers have started to take notice. On May 21st, the government responded to written parliamentary inquiries, though their answers merely reiterated that final decisions will follow the consultation phase. This lack of clarity has left many migrants in limbo, anxious about how these reforms might alter their futures. As it currently stands, most migrants are eligible for ILR after 5 years of continuous residence in the UK. Under the proposed model, the new default would extend the period to 10 years, under what's being termed an earned settlement system. While the concept includes a points-based framework rewarding contributions to the UK economy and society, the government has not yet detailed how points will be awarded or whether the pathway can be shortened in practice. Importantly, some groups have been explicitly excluded from the proposed 10-year rule. These include spouses and civil partners of British citizens, survivors of domestic abuse, and individuals covered under the EU settlement scheme post-Brexit. For those categories, the 5-year route remains intact for now. So what is the government's position amid growing pressure? Beyond the white paper and its annex, there has been no additional public guidance. This silence is amplifying concerns, particularly among those already in the UK on a 5-year route. One pressing question dominates the discourse: will the new rules apply retroactively to current residents? The white paper's annex suggests that many of those already in the country might indeed be affected, prompting fears that people nearing the 5-year mark may see their timelines unexpectedly extended. Media outlets such as the BBC and the Financial Times have reported, citing government sources, that the policy may apply to current visa holders, albeit with potential exceptions for individuals close to qualifying under the existing system. Yet, no official statement has clarified these details, leaving affected families in a troubling state of suspense. If implemented, the consequences for skilled workers could be significant. Individuals would face repeated visa renewals each, requiring additional application fees and extended health surcharge payments. Legal assistance often used in these processes would further increase the financial burden. For families, the emotional and logistical costs could be even greater. Extended timelines may mean prolonged separations from loved ones abroad, particularly for those navigating complex family reunification paths. Any final changes to the ILR qualifying period would be enacted through adjustments to the immigration rules once proposed. These changes come into effect automatically unless actively blocked by either the House of Commons or the House of Lords within 40 days. However, unless the government schedules a vote, something it is not obligated to do. Even significant reforms can pass without parliamentary debate. The UK's immigration future is now entering a critical chapter, with consultations on the horizon and political debate heating up. The fate of thousands hangs in the balance. In a move that stirred widespread debate, the UK government has introduced sweeping visa policy reforms without requiring a formal parliamentary vote. While the matter has sparked several discussions in Parliament, the ripple effects of these changes stretch well beyond the lives of individual migrants. This isn't just a story about visa categories, it's about how immigration policy intersects with the nation's economic future and social integrity. One of the most contentious aspects, the proposal to significantly extend the timeframe required to qualify for indefinite leave to remain, or ILR. Critics argue that such a prolonged route could make the UK less appealing to skilled migrants, especially at a time when countries like Canada and Australia offer more accessible pathways to permanent settlement. If implemented, this change could trigger a talent exodus impacting key industries like healthcare, engineering, and tech, where foreign expertise has long been essential. And while economic implications are substantial, the human side of the story is just as pressing. Lengthier waits for ILR could mean prolonged separations for families already enduring the emotional strain of migration. For many, the added uncertainty may affect mental well-being and introduce even more complexity into an already challenging immigration process. This uncertainty could also deter new applicants altogether, pushing potential migrants toward countries perceived as more stable and welcoming. At the heart of this reform lies the government's proposal for an earned settlement system. On paper, it aims to reward meaningful contributions to UK society, but the idea raises difficult questions. What qualifies as a valuable contribution? Who defines it? Without clear criteria, the plan risks creating a two-tiered system where some efforts are recognized and others overlooked. Many are also concerned about the lack of transparency. The government's ability to fast-track such substantial policy shifts without a binding parliamentary vote has drawn criticism for bypassing the usual democratic scrutiny. If major changes are enacted swiftly and without thorough debate, they may fail to reflect the diverse needs and views of those they impact most. As opposition builds and petitions gather momentum, the pressure is mounting. Communities, advocacy groups, and legal experts are uniting in their call for clarity, fairness, and inclusiveness. Looking ahead, the government has pledged to launch a public consultation later this year, while no final decisions have been made. Yet, this window offers citizens, migrants, and stakeholders an opportunity to voice their concerns and potentially shape the final outcome. The petition opposing the extension of the ILR period has already gained considerable traction. Just 10,000 signatures trigger a formal response from the government. At 100,000, Parliament is required to consider the issue for debate. The growing number of signatories signals how deeply this policy could affect lives and livelihoods across the country. So, what lies ahead for the 5-year ILR pathway? While the future remains uncertain, one thing is clear: the conversation has begun, and it's far from over. The decisions made in the coming months will shape the direction of UK immigration for years to come. That's all for now. If you found this report informative, do consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell so you don't miss future updates on this and other important developments. Thank you for watching and stay informed.